Eyal Dassau has joined us. He is the Director of the Biomedical Systems Engineering Research Group at Harvard John R. Paulson School of Engineering and Applied Sciences in Cambridge, USA. Welcome, Dr. Dassau.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Hybrid-Closed-Loop systems are on the market. Do they already fulfill every wish and expectation of patients and the diabetes experts?
So it's a good question. There are 2 approved devices currently on the market and others will come. These are the first generation of this therapy mode. It definitely fulfills a lot of expectations by users, and some would like more, and some would like different other features. So that's why it's the first generation. And I'm sure that we'll see next generations that will fulfill additional needs by patients, and it's very different population and needs that currently are unmet needs.
Which components or factors are additionally important in closed-loop systems to get a full closed-loop system?
Yeah, it's another good question here. So we need to look at the system as a system. There is the ease of burden of use of these devices. It should fit the users and the user needs, so they will have less burden on the users. Diet is a component for that. Faster insulins is another factor. Improved sensors and maybe additional sensors, as long as everything is very easy to use. So we are not at the fully automated closed loop with no need to do a meal adjustment, but some system can cope with low carb diet to some extent, but maybe some it will see that as a limitation. They want to eat like everybody else, and I acknowledge that. It should be geared toward that. The question is what we are willing to compromise. Time in range, flexibility, ease of use.
Why could it be helpful not to only measure glucose levels in such systems, but also insulin levels, how you did in your study?
So currently we are measuring glucose, and we estimate how much insulin is available in the body. It's been used traditionally in pumps as what we call insulin on board. However, we don't know if there's too much or if there's too little. Is the infusion site really works or not? So additional sensors like insulin can improve safety and usability of these kind of systems, and may transition us from 3-day use to more than 3 days in infusion set, for example. Insulin is very tricky to measure. It's something that many, like myself, are working in collaboration to figure out how we can measure that, which sensors do we need, what's the frequency, and then how it can incorporate inside closed loop system as we speak about Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 4 of these kind of devices.
Mm-hmm. Do you expect that we ever will really get a full closed loop system, and when? And can every type 1 diabetic patient use such a system?
It's a good question about the cover and where everybody can use it or not. It's related to the region, state, insurance, regulatory. I truly believe that everybody should be on the best care, and they need to elect to use closed loop, and it needs to be available for them. Now, whether we can really reach to fully automated, depending on what we define as fully automated, and how much care or how much improvement in the system are needed, as well as the need for maybe redesigning the entire concept. Remember, right now insulin delivery is externally, subcutaneous delivery, which is not the physiological way. Now, if we do a leap forward and have an implantable design, delivering of insulin intraperitoneal, which is as close as possible to physiology, definitely we might be able to give a fully automated closed loop that will address hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia, and without the need for most pre-meal boluses. Again, I say most, depending on your habits. If we're talking about Thanksgiving dinner, high carbs, high fat, prolonged meal, without pre-meal bolus, it will be hard to maintain the same tight control. Now, if you work with the system and have healthy diet, exercise, I truly believe that we can reach there. There's multiple steps there. It's not the next generation, it's probably down the road, but we should aim for that. It's part of the development.
Thank you very much,
You're
Dr.
welcome.
Dassau.
Thank you.